Welcome everyone to Royal Rumble 1996. JML here. Charlie here.
Yo,
Look back in time, year 1996. Skipped over 1995.
with good reason.
We thought that was a good choice. I'm regretting this choice, but we'll see. It's all about the fans.
It was your idea.
Sort of. We'll continue on. Royal Rumble 1996 culminated from Fresno, California. Small venue, like a 9,500 seater. Felt small. Didn't feel as big as the Royal Rumble feels now, obviously. Yeah. First match. Well, they actually had a free for all. The free for all match was. I can't believe I'm saying this guy's name. Duke the Dumpster Drose defeats Triple H for the number 30 spot in the Rumble. Charlie, your thoughts on Duke Dumpster Drose?
Isn't it Drosy?
Huh?
Isn't it Drosy?
I call it Drose.
Drose?
You're correct. I just call him Drose.
Oh, okay. He was given a horrible gimmick and he wasn't the greatest wrestler. I don't know. There's not much more to say about him than that.
His promos were also pretty deplorable. He was like a yeller. Yeah. First match, speaking of great wrestlers, Ahmed Johnson. He was so good. No, he wasn't. I can't even be serious. Versus a man in 2022 is headlining a huge show. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Recently, last night the news came down. It's going to be Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Ric Flair and Andrade in Ric Flair's last match. Yeah. What do you think about this whole Jeff Jarrett still wrestling in 2022 and, for that matter, the Nature Boy?
I feel like Jeff can still hang at 2022. I don't know how many last matches Ric Flair has had, but I still don't believe that this will be his last match. It's a cash grab, plain and simple.
It's a cash grab. Also, what leads me to believe this isn't his last match is that it's a tag team match.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't he want to go out on a singles? I don't know, but we'll talk about that more. Weekly verdict dropping later this week, I'm sure. Ahmed Johnson, big dude, greener than goose shit. Why was this man allowed in the ring? It looked like he was going to kill someone.
I feel like he did 87 Irish whips in this match.
Yes.
I feel like that was his go-to.
And I felt like this match lasted forever, but it only lasted for 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
This was like Jeff Jarrett's return to the company after he had walked out in July, but then he walks out again like a little bit after this. Yeah. Not much more I could say about that.
How after 6 minutes and 40 seconds is it like your last reserve to bring out the guitar? Oh man, he's taken all I have for 6 minutes.
I'm sure that they had a timer on Ahmed, how far he can actually go. And have you seen Ahmed Johnson in the last few years?
Blown up, right?
Have you ever seen Sherman Klump from The Nutty Professor? Yeah, the doppelganger for Ahmed Johnson. Also, next match, WWF Tag Team Championship. The Smoking Guns defeat the Body Donnas, Skip and Zip with Sunny. She was so heavily featured during this event.
Yeah.
The
intro.
Say what you will now about her and her recent news over the last few years, but I mean, Prime Sunny, A+.
Yeah.
Smoking Guns, I thought were a little underrated as a team. Body Donnas, and that gimmick was so bad. So
Yeah.
bad.
How many times were Smoking Guns tag team champions?
3 times.
In how long?
About 2 years, 2.5, 3 years.
I wouldn't say underrated.
I'm saying they're underrated when you look back now. Like, they're not mentioned. I think it's because Billy Gunn had so many other like tag teams after. Like, you had the Outlaws, you had Billy and Chuck.
You can't really outshine the Outlaws, so
And even Billy and Chuck. So
yeah.
I guess he would put this like his third best tag team he was in. But I don't know. I still like that tag team. But it was an okay match. I think obviously the Smoking Guns gimmick was outdated.
Damn, how many times was Billy Gunn tag team champions?
I could look that up. What's your thought? Billy Gunn is 58 years old. The guy's in phenomenal shape as well. Yeah. I don't think Chris Candido gets talked a lot about, but the dude was really good in the ring. He was just saddled with a bunch of bad gimmicks.
Yeah. Definitely given horrible gimmicks.
And his relationship with Sonny in real life also hindered his career in many ways. How many times has Billy Gunn
champion?
11.
Okay.
11 times. 3 with Bart Gunn. 5 with Road Dogg and 2 with Chuck.
Okay.
Also WWE Hall of Famer as a member of DX. 1-time Intercontinental Champion. Hardcore Champion. Pretty much did it all.
Yep.
Still
kicking.
What was that?
And still kicking.
Yeah, and still kicking. Still on he's on AEW television with his sons. What was next here?
Body Donnas versus Smoking Guns.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I mean, nothing stood out to me in this match.
No.
Then we have, for the Intercontinental Championship, match that lasted around 15 minutes, Goldust with Marlena defeating Razor Ramon. This early incarnation of Goldust, man, I don't even think it would get canceled right away today.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Razor, even in like early 96 here, arguably like the most over guy in the company.
Still, yeah.
Still. This is probably around the time where WCW came a knocking for Razor.
Yeah.
seemed like he was starting to be a little like go through the motions. This wasn't like his best match.
Storytelling did what it was supposed to.
Yeah, but I remember. Don't quote me 100%, but he felt uncomfortable wrestling Goldust, like the gimmick, like the whole gimmick. He was like uncomfortable with, and I think it kind of showed during the matches. He was like hesitant with some of the stuff, and
Yeah, understandably why, but
yeah. Um, this was Razor's last Intercontinental title reign.
was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he never won it again after this. Because he leaves basically in May.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This was the year of the NWO also.
Yeah, he gets a suspension for it was either marijuana or missing a house show or both or something like that. Because he was supposed to that Hollywood backlot brawl was supposed to be him and Goldust at
Was it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then they did a pivot to Piper.
Gotcha.
We'll talk about Piper when we talk about the In Your House 6. I have my thoughts on his promo. I've already watched it.
Oh, okay.
When I was a kid, I didn't realize at this time when I watched, because I watched WCW, I couldn't put two and two together that this was Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
And I don't think I did until I went on AOL. I went on a website and they were like Gold Dust, and then in parentheses, like Dustin Reynolds. And I was like, wait a minute. That's Dustin Rhodes? So he did, I mean, Goldust as a character, the early incarnation of Goldust, even some of the comedic Goldust, I love that character. And I hope one day they put him in the Hall of Fame.
He can't where he's currently at, but I mean, they've done some cross promotion, so who knows what they do.
Yeah. I mean, do you agree? I think he deserves
Oh,
to
of
be in
course.
there. Um, man, as great as Razor's run was, I feel like there was a little bit left on the table.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like you could have given him a world title run at some point between 92 and 96. Maybe there was the the personal demons were poking their heads out really early, and
I remember I went to a tour de force and he was supposed to wrestle at it, but he was suspended for something. He was supposed to wrestle, I believe, Savio Vega, but he didn't show.
huh. But yeah, I mean, this was Goldust's first Intercontinental title reign. He would hold it a couple more times.
Yep.
Marlena, obviously, Terry was just really debuting as his valet. He had the usher guy with him as well still.
Yeah.
Thank God they dropped that guy. That was a waste.
Absolutely nothing.
But I think Goldust started hitting his stride here when he got Marlena with him. They were a good pair together. Yeah. Very successful coupling. Yeah, I thought it was a solid match. Wasn't great, sort of in between. Definitely got the storyline over.
Yeah.
It was supposed to lead to a WrestleMania match. Didn't. It is what it is. Then we have the next match actually is the Royal Rumble match.
Which I don't remember in retrospect. I didn't remember that being before the world title match, but
so going into this, if you were a betting man, it was a one-man race to win this Rumble this year.
Yeah.
96. Impressive showing by Triple H in this Rumble.
Came in first, lasted
48 minutes.
Awesome.
So, although he lost to Droze in the free-for-all, he put on an impressive performance. This was another Rumble where they obviously didn't have enough wrestlers to fill the Rumble.
Yeah.
Who the hell were the SWAT team? I don't even remember these guys.
Don't. No.
And throughout the night, there was a heavy focus on Vader, trying to pump Vader up as this big heel.
And he had his gear on backwards.
Yeah, well, listen, this was not good Vader.
No.
He was clearly hurt, and because of the injury, he was also overweight and out of shape. He felt like he had to go out there and perform instead of sit on the shelf and get stale. But hindsight being 2020, he should probably had sat it out until he was fully healthy. This really halted his run, I think, in the company. He just didn't look the part.
No.
Like, you weren't a WCW guy, but WCW Vader and this Vader are like two completely different Vaders.
I've seen matches from him in WCW, yeah.
You want to have your thoughts on this Rumble?
It didn't get much together for WrestleMania.
No.
Aside from Shawn winning and Diesel and Taker's interaction post-match.
Well, I'm saying the Rumble match as a whole, not the... Yeah.
Mid-card Rumble. Mid-tier Rumble, I mean.
Yeah, this was you could group it in with 94, 95, and 96.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I feel like the match placement on this one and the 1 minute intervals in the other one take a lot away from Shawn's winnings.
Yeah. It does. Also, the debut of the ringmaster in this Rumble, who goes on to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. According to Austin, he wasn't supposed to get eliminated as early as he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was an accident. And he was really worried because he screwed up that this was going to hurt his push in the company. Obviously, it didn't.
No.
They made Vader look like a beast in this Rumble because he took out everyone. Obviously, Shawn wins the Rumble. Triple H has a impressive showing. He's like the Iron Man of this Rumble.
Yeah.
Nothing else really sticks out to me. Yoko is obviously way past his expiration date. He shouldn't have been in the ring.
I think they only put him in for his pairing of being powerhouses with Vader.
Yeah. But did you notice when Jannetty came out for the Rumble? Obviously, he had the new Rockers gimmick. He was still getting a pop, even though he was supposed to be a heel, just because of the music.
Oh, okay.
That music was like so iconic
Yeah,
Like if they were gonna go straight heel with the new rockers, they should have changed up the music or something.
I thought that was in between New Rockers, like when he faced Gold Dust and when he did his little singles run for a little bit. I don't know if the New Rockers were a thing yet.
Let's see.
But I know he went in face during Gold Dust debut match. I believe had it in your house.
You are right. I'm wrong. You're wrong. I mean, I'm wrong. He turned heel February 1996. So
that was the next month.
Yeah. All right, so that makes sense. I'm like, why the hell are they cheering Jannetty?
Yeah, he did a small singles run between. Check what month that in your house with Gold Dust was, because I know that was Gold Dust debut match, I believe.
I think it was the
December in your house.
something like that. That would make sense. Either the October or December in your house or something like that. Then we have the main event. This is WWF/E booking themselves into a corner once again.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Shawn Michaels wins this Rumble. He's going to go on to WrestleMania. Yay. Dream going to come true. Spoiler alert.
If anyone watching doesn't know of the Iron Man match, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, what I wanted to mention, Perfect on commentary was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He said some controversial things, but it's an off-air discussion. Oh, also, this was King Mabel's last appearance until June 30th, 1998 for a one-off match with Ken Shamrock. So he went from August of 1995, headline match against Diesel, to January 1996, last appearance in WWE for 3 years. How quickly he fell off. Wow. So the main event match, The Undertaker, Bret Hart, went way too long. Went almost 30 minutes. Still, it was a good match. It did drag at some parts.
Yeah, it dragged some parts.
What did you think here? What was your feelings? Because you just watched this morning.
Overall, it was a decent World Championship match. It dragged at some points. It told the story that it had to, so I'll give it that. But to finish off your pay-per-view with a DQ finish is a bit weird way of sending the fans home.
Yeah, it's like they booked themselves like they should have had. I don't know what they were doing. If they had flip-flopped it and had Shawn win the Rumble to end the night.
Yeah.
Did they not want Diesel to turn heel at that opportunity? Because obviously the Rumble match, him and Shawn are still cool. At the end, even though Diesel got eliminated by Shawn. They were kind of backed into a corner here because their 4 major superstars at the time were all faces. They didn't have one heel amongst the 4 of them.
No.
The top heel in the company was either Goldust or Jarrett.
I'd say Goldust.
Which is crazy. So they had to turn one of them heel. They could have turned Diesel heel weeks leading up to this event. He was showing signs of it.
Yeah.
It would have made booking this pay-per-view a lot easier. But put into a corner, DQ victory for Undertaker. Doesn't win the title. Brett still keeps the belt. Brett's very upset about this in real life because he felt like this was a transitional reign for him, and it was, but they didn't necessarily make him look strong during this reign, as
No.
we'll go into with the next pay-per-view as well. What was your thoughts, like how this match ended? Yeah, take it away.
Like I said, it's not the way to send the fans home. Diesel coming in and grabbing Taker from pinning Brett. I understand that it was to set up Diesel versus Taker at WrestleMania 12, but I just don't. It doesn't sit well with me that that's how one of your major pay-per-views ends.
In many ways, it felt like they were pushing the Diesel Taker match more than the Brett Shawn match
At this
across
point,
these, like, well, even across the next pay-per-view as well. Yeah, they did some weird booking on the road to this WrestleMania that they did a lot better job of booking WrestleManias in years past, like 95 and 94 even. Even though 94 was a little convoluted with the dual Rumble winners. This one here, I think because they didn't have enough strong heels, they were booked into what they had to do here. And I just didn't like the result.
no.
If you guys liked, disliked, whatever, just let us know in the comments. The comments mean more than anything. Along with the comments and the likes, sharing is caring. Share this with a friend. Hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this, it's free. Some people don't realize it's free because everything subscription based is, oh, there's a fee. There's no fee.
No.
It's free. Let's let's build up this army that we're building one by one.
And although we're seemingly on our course of 1996 right now, feel free to still comment any other event you'd wish for us to review, and we'll switch course and review it.
Yeah, we'll get it done. We'll get it done, even if we have to do a double episode or something like that, double recording. We'll figure it out. I would say this was one of the lower to mid-tier Rumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Not strong. The next year's Rumble, I thought, next year's Rumble is one of my favorites. 1997 Rumble. The Rumble match. Yeah. Even the title match was good. But they were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think they knew Razor was leaving. He was unhappy. Diesel, I'm not sure if this was around the time he was going to leave too. I think it was a couple weeks later, 3 weeks later, he gives his notice.
Oh, okay.
But this was certainly a changing of the guard. Oh, the biggest heel in the company is Vader. We're leaving out Vader, but he wasn't ready for prime time yet.
No.
And his WrestleMania match was supposed to be against Yoko solo. Could you have imagined if they actually went through
towards that at this Rumble?
Yeah.
They didn't go with it eventually, but
yeah.
They had it.
Well, at the next pay-per-view, it's announced by Piper that that's going to be a match at WrestleMania 12.
Huh.
And it ends up being a 6-man tag match.
Yeah.
Yeah, they comment down below, subscribe. These are fun, although there's not a whole lot of greatness in this pay-per-view. I'm sure as we go through this year, it will definitely get better. The back half of 96 is awesome, but there is some in between that is awesome as well. Come along for the ride with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's JML.
Charlie.
We're going to sign off. And as usual, good night and good luck. Peace be with you.
Peace.